All right, picking this back up finally. Um, Last night and this morning I did a little bit of work. One thing is that I finally set up the itch page with the uh, current build running. I scaled it up to 512, so I'm excited about that. I also made some itch cover art that I like. I still don't know how I feel about these. I feel like maybe they could be darker, but I don't want to get. I feel like I'm getting lost in the weeds there, getting it just right when it doesn't probably matter that much. And then I wanted to change the splash image for Unity, and yeah, I couldn't get it to be pixel perfect. Kind of annoying because I made this cuter little pixel drawing of the Unity logo that I wanted to put at the beginning, but Unity keeps it like centers it incorrectly or something, and it looks ugly. Actually, I wonder if now that I've changed the resolution, if it will correctly correctly show the splash image. Let's see. Probably not. Is it project settings? Yeah, if I go to the splash image, and then if I go to preview, huh? It looks like it is showing it correctly now. Probably because it's still there's some funkiness still happening. But I can live with that. Huh. All right. Well, now it will be on. Cool. Save. So today I think what's really important is that the actual game, that I can get the game to be played from start to finish. And the main thing preventing me from doing that is that I need a few things. I need to have I have currently one boulder, and I think I need um maybe if not a boulder, just another physics object that could get stuck in the way. I need to have 3 or 4 of those that I would need to that I would have the goal of trying to grow enough and become strong enough that I can um, push these blocks. Currently, I have one on the bottom, but I think one of the first things that I can already tell is going to be a problem, and I need it to help me because of figuring out where to place these things. And the other problem is I know I'm going to be adjusting the art, and I feel like I'm going to figure out which ones I don't like or want to tweak while I'm playing the game. And it's a little hard currently to figure out what the name of each image is. So I think I'm going to write a script that displays the current image that I'm in or the current section of the world I'm in, but it will display which row, whether it's row 0 or 1 or 2, and then like what the actual name of the file is. So that way I can quickly jump in and address it and not have to keep stopping the game. I can just correct it. So let's do that first because that's kind of one of the few things that I know I'm going to need for most of my tasks. Let's do a script. Um, hmm. Let's just call this debug. Yep. For now, I really don't want to put too much thought into this thing because it's going to go away after this probably. Monoscript, we're going to call this debug helper. All right. I'm probably going to use on GUI for this. So here I will keep track of the player position. Game object player. Then I'll say player equals find object. Oh, game object find with tag, I think it is. Tag player. Cool. And then in late update, I will set, I think the current size is 16. Yeah, int grid size, I think it's 16. No, I actually have this somewhere. It's on the camera script. Let's jump on that. Because I have this thing that snaps. This thing is actually keeping track of where we are. And instead of using debug helper for this, I'll do it here. I'll say bool is debug, and then on GUI if is what? Oh, I didn't. Oh, right, I didn't put that. Is debug. Okay. We're gonna say we're gonna add a label GUI.label. I think that's how you do it. It does it on the. I think it starts at the top. So then I need to say new rect. I don't know. Let's say 100. No, this is a very small screen resolution. So let's say 1010. 100 by 10. That's probably still way too big, but. And then it's the content, right? Can I just do a string? I think I can. Okay. And this is going to be. We need to figure out which row it's in. No, actually. It will be. Actually, now that I think about it, I would need to go. I don't like this, but I think the easiest way to do this would be to fill an array and then say for. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I would do 9 times then the total row. I don't like that, but what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would need to do 6. So on start, string, we're going to string array. Grid sprite names. Equals. We'll just do this for now. Actually, I do know the total already, and it should be 54. Is there a 0? No, it's 54. What am I doing? Equals. No. 54. Oh, right. Can't do that. I gotta do this. Nope. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Equals new. Right. Hey everybody, I'm completely new to this apparently. What am I really tired or something? Do I have to type string? Man, I thought I could do the simpler short version of that. Okay. So on start, I'm gonna say for let me make sure that I'm setting the grid position. Grid position. Okay. So if I do a for loop, yeah, I could just keep incrementing that for each row. Yeah. This is actually going to need to be a dictionary. And then we'll do the grid position, which is going to be a vector2, int, and then string. And this is again, then I can do this. Okay. This is going to be ugly at first, and then I'll probably fix it. Well, maybe I'll fix it. So int sprite index equals 1. And then we'll do, how many wide are these? 9. Right. 9. We'll say, oh, let's change the y position. Int y position equals 0. And then we'll say for 9. So 9 times. We're going to run, no, we're going to do, okay, I see what I'm doing here. Rename. This is going to be the y position. While y is less than 6. While y is less than 6. Right? Yeah. While y is less than 6, we're going to do a loop. We're going to go through this entire loop. Once we go through this loop, we're going to say y position. Actually, I don't need y now. It will automatically increment. And this one was 9, right? I keep doing this. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 9. And then we'll say Grid position sprite names dot add new vector 2 y no it will be I I y and then this will be a sprite index dot string. Oops, what? Not sure why that defaulted to that. Oh, this is an vector2 int. And then we'll increase the sprite index. Oop. That should be right. Let's call this rename x, xy. That should work. And then if we're on debug, then we'll say the current grid size. No. Grid position. Do I not store grid position? I don't. Vector. Let's move this out. Okay. Grid position. And then here we'll say grid position. And then here we'll do sprite grid position. That should work. We'll find out if we get a compile error, or if we get a runtime error, or what is going on here. Grid po. Okay. Let me double check. This is, I don't have an extra position. I'm a little worried I did the math wrong on the array. Let's hit play. Okay, let's check this. This is weird. What am I? Okay. 85, 54. That's the value. Okay. So all I have to do is look at these files. I didn't get an error. Nice. The names of these are called scene. Yep. So here, I can do. Cool. This should work if I just turn on debug. Now I should be able to see where I'm at all times. No. Because is my grid position up here like grid position X? Oh. Well. I need to get this part because I'm already scaling it here. That's the problem. Whereas here, yeah, if the current position is not equal to that, I see. I shouldn't be scaling it yet. I should be scaling it there. Yeah, it's gonna look ugly, but grid position, Y. It should transform position equals that. Current position. Right. Yes, current position. I should have current grid position. No, I don't have to break this. Okay, current grid position. Then here we'll say current grid position dot x. Cool, and then here we'll do okay. The unscaled dude, what am I doing wrong? Key not found. -3. Oh. Oh. Okay. Right. Okay, that's the bar Y, bar grid, flipped grid position equals current grid position dot Y equals negative current grid position dot Y. Then we'll say flipped grid position. Okay. And here I can say flipped grid position. Yay. Still. I'm a little bit confused there. Why is that? Did it not compile or something? I shouldn't have got a negative number. Update. Continue. Okay. Flipped grid. Current grid position. Yep. Okay. What's happening here? It says it doesn't have a, but I flipped it. Hold on, what am I doing? At 61, there's a negative. Oh my gosh, I'm assigning it to the wrong. You guys were watching it and you saw it, and you're probably pointing at the screen going, dude, dude, dude. Here we go. Okay, it's too small, but it's up there. Okay, not getting any errors. That's good. I forgot how to do this. I think I have to like do GUI dots GUI style. Is that what they call it? Okay. Style equals new, and we'll say stipe. Our stipe dot font size is going to equal 16. Now we're gonna change this to GUI style. All right. I'm not passing it in yet, am I? Where did I pass it in at the end? Cool. Cool. Scene 32, is that correct? It is. 33. 7-4. 7-4A, that's scene 44. Correct. I need to make this, like this is, I need to make this smaller, so now I already know. Scene 52. Narrower. And I don't know if I can do this live. Why not, actually? Textures. Level art. 52. Let's jump into... What? Skip. Okay. And here, we're going to go ahead and erase this. Let's make this bigger. That feels better. But I probably want to kind of make this a little bit more jagged. A little bit more rocky feeling. Really got to use your imagination with this limited. I'm totally going to have to redo my colliders on these, but let's go ahead and do this. No. And it might even update it. No, actually, I have to probably to close in order to see the changes in Unity, but nice. Let's add a little bit more rockiness going on here. Nice little mound. Maybe a little coraliness. Getting a little big. Now it kind of looks like a whale tail, and that's not just a little bit too smooth. Adding some little ridges and rocks, irregularities. Let's go ahead and also do this. A little bit more rocky kind of feel. And this is starting to look a little bit too big still, actually. Round that out. I want the player to come in and be like, oh, but I don't want them to actually have to totally divert a lot. So maybe let's do that, and then let's adjust accordingly. There we go. It feels better. Save. And now it's updated in the project. Oh, it actually did. Look at that. Instant change. Let's see how this feels. Still gotta adjust that collider, but. Okay, so now I have this in. It seems like everything's working. I don't foresee any reason. Okay, so this was the other one. Scene 50. Let's close this one. Scene 50. Let's drag that in. Okay. Wait a second. That's wrong. No, it is right. Okay. So I want to see the ball from this screen, and I'm not really seeing it. You know what? I also need to probably edit 49. Yeah, okay, well, in this one, I'm going to move this. So I can, let's make it a little bit bigger. 8. So then it's like, you should be able to see the boulder pretty clearly from here. Let's also do that, and then I will do this. Cool. Save. Let's jump over. So now it's like clearer, and I should be able to like, when it stops, I'm gonna have to move this. Let's just make sure I can sit up here. Oh, come on. All right, I still need to correct this one, which is 49. Cool. That looks all right. I guess that. That looks about right. Yeah, so that's like way more clear. Obviously, after I fix the collider, it won't be better, but then it's like, oh, there's a rock. Bump, bump. Cool. I kind of don't want to see the rock stop here. Kind of want it to keep going into this scene and stop like here instead, which is like 48. Okay. So we're going to move this. I think I can just do a straight up move like that. Let's just add a little bit. Okay, that looks better. This bump is weird though. Let's get rid of this. Maybe make this more of like a same structure. I don't want any cragglies like sticking off. There we go. Jump back. Okay. So this is a little bit less savory too, because you might be flying in here and then you hit this ramp, which kind of is not cool. I kind of feel like you should go whoop, like a smooth transition there. Is that 47? Okay. So let's do this. Six. A little rocky bump. There we go. Okay. Huh. Oops. And I don't really. I'm thinking this could be like a, like there's like a fish in here reading, or like a shrimp reading, or maybe a jellyfish like bragging about something, and they're like, do you like my toy? Are you jelly? Okay, it feels a little, actually, you know, seeing it in the game now, it's a little bit weird. Still, let's do this. Let's make this look a little bit more. Cool. Yeah. Again, stuck in the weeds. Why is my son calling me? Okay. Save. Let me pause the video to figure out why my son is calling.